So away we go then, the National Hot Rod Grand Final this afternoon. And 1-2-4 has not made the grid. Defending champion has gone. Billy Wood won it 2 years ago and has not had much fortune so far today. Is that going to change in the final? Paul Wright has looked excellent, but he's lost out early doors to Aaron Dew in 23. Nick Root, 77, is through into sixth place. Ahead of them, Dick Hillard, the leader. Ash Shaw in 32, and 133, Spud Gamble. So 35 laps for the National Hot Rod Final, giving every chance with no excuses. And Dick Hillard, the early leader, in 31, 32, Ashley Shaw in second. 133, Spud Gamble in third, 23, Aaron Dew, 43, Paul Wright, and Nick Root, 77. Terry Hunt in 39 next. Followed by Ryan Morgan, who's had 2 sixes so far today. 2 sixes, a third six. It's more than England had in the whole of the World Cup, the Champs Trophy, as they go through. 31, 32, 23, Aaron into third, looking good. Colour coordination chosen by his good lady, I believe. And Aaron just went with it, probably wise. 133, 43, Paul Wright goes fourth. Nick Root's got inside 133 as well. And it's race on here. Dick Hillard still leads, 31, 32, the top two, as Ashley looks for a way through on the inside, as Dick Hillard went across and hit the marker tyres at the end of the home straight. They've both lost out. It's 23 then, left in front. Chris Head's gone on the back straight as well. Been a miserable afternoon for the multi-world champion. So then, problems at the end of the home straight. 23 then leads, 43 in second, 77, 39 and 2 as they head to the far side then. So 23 then has the lead here on the home straight, going through. A former English points champion looking to win the John Butler Trophy here this afternoon. But capable drivers in behind. Paul Wright, Nick Roots, Terry Hunn, Ryan Morgan and Jason Q. Hayden Ballard behind that in 175. Ashley's back in 32. Billy Wood is next. And at the moment that's his 8th place. So 23, Paul Wright, who's looked excellent so far this afternoon. Behind 23. I was saying Paul Wright needed the points. He was 15th going into today in the World Series. He won't be 15th after this though. 77, 39, 2 and 174. As the race begins to settle down, back markers ahead, 4 of them. 31, 78, 156 and Alistair in 55. But it's Aaron Dew in 23. Who's been so consistent for a number of years. Is this the year he gets another title? 43, Nick Roots in 77 is also trying to close in. They've opened up a gap between them. Terry Hunt in 39 and the Scrapco sponsored car. Down the far side, 32, a little off course on the home straight, but out of harm's way. Meanwhile, 43 to the outside of 23. First think of a challenge, it's halfway next time mark. 23, 43 is now committing to the challenge on the outside. 43 swings wide, 23, Nick Roots on the inner. They go through at halfway, Dew still in front. And Paul Wright knows that by doing that, he's vulnerable to a run from 77. And Roots now gets up the inside, but Wright is still stuck there on the outside. They go through then. 23, 77, the former Superstock world champion, Nick Roots, Paul Wright now outside. They're clear of Terry Hunn as the back markers will come thick and fast over the next few laps as Aaron Dew still in front. Paul Wright takes a time out and settles back. Now it's Nick Roots' turn to plot a path past the Ipswich-based driver. 23, 77 and 43 then, who's back on that outside line as they go through. Dick Hillard, the next back marker, as we start lap 20, and it's 23 still in front, 77 and 43. Now the other group trying to close. Ryan Morgan and Terry Hunt as 43 again swings to the outside and now going to challenge Nick Roots. Dick Hillard is coming fast as they go down that far side. Aaron Dew then still in front, leads by a couple, 77, 43 at the moment, can't make his ground on the outside. Blue flag for 77 as they go past the back marking 31 as 39.2, 174. Billy Wood is now a player as well as he's got into 7th place. Perry behind that in 5.24, but with this battle for the lead, it's anybody's. Through we go then, 23, 77 and 43. 39, can Billy or Perry make a move? Carl Waller-Barrett in 1.62 and Shane in 42 as we get to the final 10 laps or so of this National Hot Rod final, and it's Aaron Dew in 23. Will there be a challenge from Nick Roots? Can Paul Wright put on an effort in the closing 10? There's a way on the inside briefly as they made their way past the Safari Engineering pit turn. 77 blue flag again. 43 is still trying to challenge. Now Darren Cardy up ahead in 78, and then it's a clear run to Kevin Gooding, so the back markers are thinned out for the time being. It's the Ipswich man that leads, then Aaron Dew in 23. Paul Wright again looks to the outside line of Nick Roots in 77 as we go through lap 27, 23, 77, 43, as you were, as we head towards the Aldershot turn then. Nick Roots still holding firm in second, at the moment having to try and see off Paul Wright rather than attack Aaron Dew. It's very, very tricky indeed, with a very quick driver putting pressure on. Aaron then leads. Paul Wright again thinking about the outside. Now Nick Roots closes in on Aaron Dew as well as Wright takes to the outside. They go through with 29 laps done. It's 5 next time mark. 23.43 is now on the outside, back into second place and coming to challenge Dew, and this time he makes it stick and cuts in back into second place. Aaron Dew. Roots has lost out to Hun now as well. Not a good lap for the local favourite. 23.43. They go through again, and it's still Dew that leads. Paul Wright now is putting intense pressure on. Aaron Dew, seen him off once, is going to have to do it again, and this time Paul Wright's coming back with more. They head round the Aldershot turn. They're side by side. Paul Wright and Aaron Dew up the home straight. Still Dew holds it at the moment. We're into the final 3. Aaron Dew then still in front. Paul Wright trying desperately to get back past as they come through. Darren Cardy just enough in front of them not to cause a problem at the moment. 23.43, surely gunning up for one final challenge here in the John Butler Trophy final of 2025, and the one lap board at the ready. 23.43 then comes to the outside. They go to the final lap of racing. 23.43, giving it absolutely everything, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Here he goes to the outside. They come off the turn, and it's Aaron Dew that takes the final. Great effort from Paul Wright second. Terry Hun ended third. Ryan Morgan in 2, and then we had Kewy, Billy who was up next, Perry and Carl Waller-Barrett. They weren't far off each other. 42, 175 and 115. They come through and complete the distance. The red flags go out. Fair play to Aaron Dew. He managed to hold his nerve. What a great effort in behind to try and get past. Paul Wright tried on a couple of occasions, didn't quite get there. A brilliant final for the National Hot Rods, and well done to Aaron Dew, who managed to hold on and take an excellent win here at Aldershot.